Welcome to this newest episode of the Joystick Show, where we are three friends all from Hawaii and all aloha. We cruise online and talk story about comic news, pop culture, and video games. We are your hosts. That's Thomas.
What up, what up?
Scott.
How's it?
And I'm Drake. Tonight is extremely special because we're welcoming special guest Grim. Grim, how you doing?
Fantastic. Trying to hit the mute button. Fantastic. Thank you for having me. I appreciate time to waste with you guys.
Absolutely. Hey, when you're having a good time, no time's wasted, right?
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
But it's awesome to have you on here, Grim, because we've been playing games for a minute. Shout out to the Taserface group. I'm sure there's other groups. What other groups are we? I think we're part of like Zombie Slut for Dying
Zombie
Light.
Sluts Returns. Zombie
Yeah.
Sluts Returns because we had the original Zombie Sluts and then the party got taken over and the owner just killed it. So then I was like, I'm gonna make a party so I can kick anybody out that tries to mess it up. So I called it the Zombie Sluts Returns. And then we have Taserface and Avengers. 7 days to Taserface, which is for 7 days to die. And then we have a No Man's Sky chat that's called Spaceball Style.
Spaceballs.
Nice.
I did have a
love
question
that.
though about zombie slut. If you sleep with a zombie slut, do you become a zombie?
If you sleep with a zombie slut, you don't tell anybody you did it. So what does it matter if you become a zombie?
Truth
But
be
yeah, you
told.
will show signs.
I was gonna say you link it to zombie nut.
Zombie nut. Okay.
Well, I would say stay away from zombie sluts because that's not a love bite.
Yeah, you're gonna get zombie
Nice.
dick, and then it's
Yeah.
gonna be weird.
There's no cure for that.
Yeah.
So many life lessons here. People on The Walking Dead could have learned, man.
Yeah.
So much good.
Yeah,
But
word.
but yeah, anyways, yeah, it's great to have you on here, man. We've been chatting for probably over the last year, and man, you always have such good knowledge on Marvel stuff. And I was like, wow, with She-Hulk just ending and with Werewolf by Night coming to Disney Plus, I thought it'd be perfect to have you on. But since you don't gotta go anywhere as we know of right now, we're gonna kick it off with our regularly scheduled programming and start off with some trailers, which we haven't really done in a while, right?
No, not in a
Yeah,
hot
not
minute.
really.
Not a lot of
Yeah.
stuff to be stoked about, but today is the day.
Today is the day. And the
Mhm.
first one I saw that was on our list is Megan. Scott, what did you think
Ooh.
about Megan?
The trailer looks pretty trippy. Very like Black Mirror. Like we are not too far away from this maybe happening. So it is kind of creepy in that way. It's like that can't happen right now, but let's say like 10, 20 years. But it does have like a creepy feel to her. She does look like she's alive, but they do a good job making her look like a doll as well.
Yeah.
But
The
yeah,
part
I
where
just
she's
rewatched
dancing.
it with. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird. So yeah, I remember in the comments, everyone was like, "I came for the creepiness, but I stayed for the dancing." It's like so out of like. I guess they'll explain that, but it is kind of weird thing to put in the trailer, maybe to break the tension. But like she's
Yeah.
dancing like way too good, so you're like, "What is going on?"
She's breaking it down. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah,
But it looks
Drake.
cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Drake, what did you have to say
Oh
about
man. I thought it was creepy. I mean, the doll situation and then like the prosthetics too, like even makes it look even more creepy. But it just gave me not only the reality of that, I mean that is kind of like we're on the verge of that happening pretty soon, but it gave me like a second coming of Chucky, right? But it's not so much like a spirit, it's like an AI and
Yeah.
more realistic. It's the 21st century Chucky.
Yeah, absolutely. Like some Deus Ex Machina stuff on that.
Yeah, creepy
yeah.
creeps.
Isn't that what they
Absolutely.
did with the new Chucky though?
Did they?
I don't know.
I
I don't know.
know.
Anybody got to answer?
Mhm.
Grim, what did you think about it?
Yes.
Have you seen the new Chucky?
I saw the new Chucky, and they did, except compared to this, that new Chucky might as well have been the old Chucky. Because I'll wait my turn before I go any further.
No.
but-
The floor is yours, man. What do you know
Oh,
about
okay.
Megan and the new Chucky?
First, why is Black Widow a doll?
Okay.
She
Yeah.
looks like Scarlett Johansson. Who's the actress that? Because I thought until just now when you guys were talking about, gave me hints. I don't know what hint dropped that it was actual person because I thought it was CGI, a robot for real. So who's the actress that is playing this? Why does she look like Scarlett Johansson? And since when is Scarlett Johansson a part of the iRobot project? I thought it was the Red Room.
Yeah. She traded in, she took what she learned in the Red Room and went straight to AI.
When she dropped down and started crawling,
that was
I was like, I want to see this.
Yeah, it looked freaky for sure. Just the delivery and like the premise is actually pretty good. I feel like it's like a pretty good story too. And I mean, who doesn't like creepy dolls? Like that's like a surefire success. I feel like to just freak you out. There was like when I was a little kid, I had this like talking Mickey Mouse doll. You guys remember like cassette tape? Well, you guys all do, but like cassette tapes where you could put it in the doll and it would like read along a book to you.
Yeah.
So I had this like apparently. Like I had a super expensive Mickey doll that would do that. And my mom would get me these cassette tapes with these books and it would like read the book along to you with the cassette tape. Well, I swore probably till I was 10 years old. It sat on top of my dresser. I swear the eyes would follow me everywhere I went around the room. It would just follow me. Yuck. So one day, friends of the show, Jacob and Justin, like these twins came over. And I was like, that doll, I think is possessed. So like we pulled down the doll and kicked that doll's ass, like beat the shit out of it. Because I was so afraid of that thing.
Doll abuse?
It was full doll abuse. And my mom was like, she was like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's creepy. It's possessed or something. She's like, no, that is so expensive. You cannot do that. Crazy enough, she still has it. It still works.
Oh, okay. Does it still look the same? Like, was this before eBay? You guys
one eye's a little, but
that was that was
it was in the garage sale. It was in the garage sale your parents had.
Maybe.
Well, maybe. I happen to have a message for you from your old friend.
Oh no!
Oh Jesus!
Whoa!
Wow, creepy.
Dang, going full Megan to bring it full circle.
Yep.
Creepy.
So that doll Megan the body is Amy Donald, and she was also in Sweet Tooth, and the voice of it is Jenna Davis, and she's just been in like random stuff.
So okay, I don't know any of those. Yeah, I love Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth was the DC comic that they had that Robert Downey Jr. and his wife produced. And it's about that boy who's like half boy, half deer. And it's like the end of the world. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. So it's got some heat in it. So yeah, can't wait for that. Megan looks pretty damn good. All right. The next show just looks like a good mystery. We're kind of back to back with mysteries actually for the next two trailers, but Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. What do you guys think about that one? We'll start with Grim and then we'll move to Drake. Grim, what'd you think?
You shouldn't have started with me because that was the second trailer that I saw and I can't really remember it. Is that the...
well, it has Daniel Craig in it. And
the one with Daniel Craig and
Dave
Pierce Brosnan. Was that Pierce Brosnan? Was that?
No, that Edward Norton.
Daniel Craig.
Edward Norton. It was the Hulk.
Yeah. Not the OG Hulk, but like the OG Hulk before Ruffalo.
Honestly, I liked his. I liked Edward Norton better than Banner. Was it David Banner? That was his name. The guy that did it the year before.
Yeah, I have such fond memories of the David Banner one as a kid. Though I was like, that was like one of my favorite Hulk movies that I can remember as a kid. So yeah, but you're an Edward Norton stan. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, absolutely. And come on, it had Liv Tyler in the movie.
Yeah,
wins automatically.
I don't want to close my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I was gonna start singing. I thought you were gonna go.
That's actually Scott's job, so he missed his mark.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was gonna come in after, but whatever.
I was I'm just listening to the awesome music you're saying.
You freaking guy.
He's gay.
Yeah, but what Drake? What did you think about on Glass Onion?
First and foremost, I was like, wow, stunning cast. The handsomest cast you could possibly have. Definitely diverse, I guess, to an extent. People I think we want to see work together for sure. Daniel Craig kind of reprising his role as Detective 007 over here. And yeah, just kind of excited to see where they go with it. I remember the first Knives Out was kind of a roller coaster, but turned out to be pretty chill beans. So yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, definitely. Scott, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have the same thing to say. Like, the cast is probably what's drawing me in for sure. I like the first movie. I love a good mystery. And it was nice to see Ed Norton, which I haven't seen since he did that
Since
movie where he stuttered and stuff. What was that movie?
Stuttering Stanley.
That's the one. He killed it in that movie, and then Kate Hudson's in it too. I haven't seen her in a bit. So,
oh wow,
and then of course there's like all these other
yeah.
actors that are just like A-list actors that are be cool to see in a movie together. So I think it'll be good. Ryan Johnson doesn't, in my opinion, write great Star Wars, but he does good mysteries like this. So
Wow.
I look forward to this.
Wow.
Ouch.
I agree with you on the Star Wars though, so that's fine. If you want at me, I don't care. But yeah, all-star cast. Yeah, again, I agree with you on Edward Norton. I like it ends with that button between Dave Bautista and what was the singer from Hamilton?
Janelle Monáe? No.
No.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember, but he's fantastic in Hamilton, and he was in it too. Like, that banter between them looks awesome. Daniel Craig is just so good at this character, like being this intriguing, very clever detective is just like such a good role for him. And he's just like a cool, like, it seems like he's having fun with it, where James Bond, he's very serious. It's very much like, all right, I'm focused on this. Like, I don't know, it's just like he's more intense, where he's intense in this, but in a playful way. And I'm digging that. So yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah.
Like,
that actor you were referring to is Leslie
Odom Jr.
I should know that. I love Leslie Odom Jr.
Oh, some other names in there that you should know is Hugh Grant.
What?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Ethan Hawke.
Serena Williams.
Are you kidding now? Are you serious?
I'm not. It's all into IMDb.
Oh my god! I feel like you're just pulling names out of a hat.
I know. I'm looking at a smaller list, and I'm like
Buzz Lightyear
here, but I believe. Oh yeah,
you're like
for sure on here.
Dennis Rodman, Krusty the Clown.
Yeah.
From Futurama. I wouldn't doubt at this point.
D's Nuts is on there as well too.
The Judge Dredd Stallone version. Ethan Hawke and Catherine Hahn is in it as well.
Wow. Yeah, dude. It's nuts.
Studded.
It's
gonna be so good.
Yeah, expensive payroll.
Yeah, but right.
Which is crazy because I think it's coming out straight to Netflix. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure.
Wow. Netflix.
So yeah, that's a fire.
Quite the investment there.
Yeah,
so much money.
They need it. The next trailer we got is Enola Holmes, and I think me and Grim were already talking about it. I watched it. I don't remember anything about it other than Henry Cavill was Sherlock Holmes. Grim, I think you said you didn't finish it, right?
I didn't finish it. I got halfway through it. She was there. I was like, I'm sorry. I love 11. You know what I'm saying? Millie Bobby Brown, go girl. I'll watch almost anything else, but I'm not excited about Enola Part 2 because I didn't finish Part 1. So.
Yeah. I don't blame you. Drake, what did you think about the trailer?
I'm a super huge Sherlock Holmes fan. And when I
think that's the first time you've ever said that.
Yeah.
You're joking though, right?
Well, yeah. Sherlock Holmes. So, and then also I like to, I love to look at Millie Bobby Brown. So I thought that was going to be a really good thing. I did finish the first Enola Holmes, and it was very not Sherlock Holmesian. It was very much so just, I'm the forgotten character based off of this general idea. And so I kind of do that, but not really because I'm different. And in this particular one, it's kind of more of the same, except a little bit more established. So instead of freshman year, it's like junior year now. But I'll watch it because I like Sherlock Holmes and I like to look at Millie Bobby Brown, and obviously Superman's in it. But I don't. It's just going to be my like private viewing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to like shout from the towers that I've seen it.
Right.
Until you're on this show.
What is it?
Until you're on the until you're on a podcast about it. Sorry, Grim, what were you saying?
I was thinking, what is it that thing that you call it's like your guilty pleasure. There you go.
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure movie right there.
That makes it. Yeah. Yep. That could definitely be Drake's guilty pleasure movie. Among some
Yeah.
other things.
Hey,
Hashtag traps. Let's
Forward
move on
slash.
to let's move on to Scott. Scott, what did you think about it?
It's yeah, it was fun. I mean, I watched the first one with Christine, and it was okay. It was like a
Movie.
nice like movie to watch with your other half or whatever, you know.
Mhm.
It definitely seemed like it was like it's catered towards a younger audience. You get a glimpse of like Sherlock. So if you're a big Sherlock fan, you're like, I guess you kind of hope for more Sherlock than you get. But it's a fun movie. Like I can see it doing okay. I'll
Yeah.
probably watch it when it comes out. I'm not like super excited for it though. But
Right. Yeah, I thought they did a really good job with the trailer though, because it actually looks really exciting. And I think I felt I don't think I felt as excited for the first trailer, but this one looks like, whoa, this is interesting. We already know who her character is now. I feel like that's already established. Now it's just like straight to the point, straight to the action. Like
That's
you
a
were
good
saying,
point.
Drake. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like she's no longer like freshman year. She's like what you were saying, maybe junior year. So yeah, seeing her with a little bit more into that character, and now she just gets to like solve mysteries and grow, and like we really get to see who she is. I think that's gonna be way better about it. So I think I'm gonna like 2 way more than I liked Enola Holmes the 1.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, the best thing about Enola Holmes in the first one was that she was doing jujitsu, but that was pretty much it.
That's it. Millie Bobby Brown doing jujitsu. You're sold, man.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah, perfect. Well, the next one is also I think going to be on Netflix, and it is Wendell and Wild. I think it's called. That looks. Yeah, I'll just start off with this one. I am a huge Jordan Peele fan, so automatically, like I was already on board with checking this out. And just the stop animation and the story and the characters and just how hype the video is in the trailer. Oh my God, I'm so on board with this already. So yeah, we were kind of talking about it before we got on the pod, Drake, and you were saying like we don't really know the plot, and I do agree with you there. But I know that it takes place in this kind of like Catholic school kind of vibe, and that looks exciting. Because the last time I saw like an interesting Catholic school kind of spin, it was like House of Rock and or School of Rock, I mean. So like I haven't seen anything in that setting in a while. So this looks pretty dope. Yeah, Scott, do you want to take this off, and then we'll go Drake and then Grim.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, this movie looks great. I think like for me, it's hard to not associate stop motion now with like Halloween time. Like some of my favorite stop motion movies are like Halloween movies.
Yeah,
whether it be like Night Before Christmas,
Nightmare Before
Coraline,
Christmas,
and what is it, Corpse Bride,
Paranorman.
Yeah,
that was actually
pretty good too. Yeah,
that was the only movie
Halloween,
I could think of that was not about anything specific.
I mean, there's some other good ones, but there are a lot of popular Halloween ones that I tend to circulate during this time of year. And it's cool that it's coming out on the 28th. We get it right before Halloween. I'm super looking forward to that. And yeah, like along with what Drake was saying, like I couldn't gather like the total story of it, but the action sequences we got from the trailer like look really exciting. So I'm pumped for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Drake, what about you? What'd you think about the trailer?
I thought the trailer was super awesome. I mean, I I'm a sucker for stop motion animation. Like that's the childhood whenever we were watching those old timey like Santa Claus and Rudolph movies where man, that was just like the coolest shit back in the day. So in that situation, like I'm excited for it because stop animation is super awesome. There's also another thing on Netflix called House, and it's also stop motion, but more in the British style, a little bit darker. But I just think it's a great medium of like theater. And to know that, Jordan Peele executive produced this, it's going to be worth a watch. So I'm definitely going to give it a try once it comes out.
Heck yeah. Yeah, Grim, I saw you nodding along when Drake was talking about the stop motion Christmas movies and stuff. Yeah. Is that what it makes you think
I'm old.
Too?
I remember like the old Rudolph and the Island of the Misfit Toys.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that right there, when he said that, I was like, yes, that I wasn't even thinking that until you said it. I was like, man, I really am old. Yeah, dude, that's totally what it reminded that, and of course, Nightmare Before Christmas and James and the Giant Peach.
James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah.
Yes. That,
Another honorable mention right there.
oh man, that's probably one of my
Yeah.
favorite stop motion movie ever.
And my wife would kill me if I didn't mention that her favorite was Paranorman. So
nice.
I said that one. That's her favorite. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's gonna be one of those Friday when I'm not playing video games. The kids and I were, my wife and the kids were in the living room having sushi or whatever they decide to eat for dinner, and then we're gonna be watching that one.
Heck
yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right. Well, yeah, the last trailer we got on the list here is, I mean, we already touched on it with some Christmas stuff, but this just looks hilarious already.
I'm pumped for this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, Scott, take it away on Spirited. Oh, while you take a sip of water.
Yeah, sorry. I need it because it's about to be crazy. No, I'm like fucking. It starts with silhouettes of Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell tap dancing.
Wendell Wild got you tongue tied, son.
Yeah, too much water there. But yeah, those two together are hilarious. Like that immediately made me think back to that TikTok when they were singing song they were singing.
Blue, I can be bird, I can be
violet. Killed it. And then I was like, that was probably like when they were in talks about this movie. I assume like movies take forever to talk about whatever. But yeah, like I like that it's touching on like what seems like a Christmas Carol. It's a movie, right? I'm getting it wrong with Scrooge and all that.
Yeah.
So the Ghost of Christmas Present and all that stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Will Ferrell was like a funny version of that, it seems. Maybe it's just going to touch on that a bit. It's going to be about other things as well. But already, I was just talking to Christine, like, I'm hoping this movie does well. It seems like it will, because it's been a while since I've seen like Will Ferrell in a movie that I'm a super huge fan of Will Ferrell, and like it's been a while since I've seen him in a movie that I like really enjoyed. I think the last one was that one where he was like
Sherlock Holmes.
No, where he was they were singing the Swedish American Idol or something like that.
Oh my god, that was a great
hilarious.
movie.
But
it was so funny.
Other ones after that weren't like as great, but this looks good. And I love Elf. I watch that like every year. So it's good to see Will Ferrell in another Christmas movie. So
yeah. Yeah, Grim, do you have something to say?
No, I was just yelling Santa. Whenever you say Elf, I think
Santa.
of him.
Oh, Santa!
I know him.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Drake. What did you think about Spirited?
I think Will Ferrell, Ryan Reynolds, you can't go wrong. Period. Point blank. Like, regardless of whether or not. So the last movie I saw with Will Ferrell was that. What is that stupid thing called?
Was it the Sherlock Holmes one?
It wasn't. Eurovision.
That's what it was. Yeah, Eurovision.
Eurovision was super hilarious, but before that, he did a Sherlock Holmes one, and I had a bad taste in my mouth because that went super sour. And he really didn't. Him and
John C. Reilly too.
John C. Reilly, yeah.
I know.
It should have been more fire.
Run.
Yeah, and it wasn't. So not to say that that's gonna like totally run it off the board, but like Will Ferrell's iconic. He's definitely like, he's Robin Williams or Jim Carrey to me, on a much later note. But if him and Ryan Reynolds right now is super fire, so you can't not watch it. It's like when Ben Stiller comes out with something, you just gotta go watch it.
You gotta check it out. Definitely. Were you able to watch it, Grim?
The trailer, yes. And my wife has been telling me that Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds are doing a movie, but we didn't know what it was. And then thank you, blessed me with that trailer, which I will be showing her later. And all I have to say is Deadpool and Hank the Tank together in a movie? They're going streaking all over the place. This is going to be ridiculous, dude. And I am so down for it. Put a dart in my neck and let's go, Blue. You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue. Yeah. I know. Oh my god! Can you imagine that? That's what they bring those characters together. That would be amazing. I just need to see 5 minutes of that. Like 5 minutes of Deadpool hanging out with Frank the Tank. Like, oh my god,
he's like streaking. And then Deadpool's like, "Yeah, we're going streaking," because Deadpool don't care.
Yeah. The best part is of that after the Frank the Tank is when he gets in the car and all the wife and the friends are all there, and she's like, "It's pretty cold outside, huh, Frank?" Like, I love that part so much. But yeah, definitely it looks like what you were saying, Scott, it looks like an updated version of A Christmas Carol. Yeah, It looks really fun. Just even the first part, like they're tap dancing in the solo, and they're like, he's like, "Oh my God, you're so good." You know, Will Ferrell to Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds is like, "Oh, thanks. I was just following you." He's like, "You were following me?" And like they're going back and forth. It was like already, I'm like, I'm sold. I don't need to see the rest of this trailer. Funny. That chemistry is there. The comedy's there. Like, let's do this. It looks like a perfect family Christmas movie, and I'm in. So it looks super good. And I don't know if we got a release date for that. I'm assuming before Christmas, but yeah, we'll look up what the dates are and I'll put it in the show notes. So we are already into some news. There was something that I asked you guys to remind me about. I've already forgot that, probably because I'm a little bit of a stoner. What was the news? It had something to do with Black Adam, right?
Oh yeah.
So Superman. Black Adam comes out this week. I want to say Thursday, October 20th. I think officially October 21st. But there was some news that you just dropped to us, right, Scott? What was it?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. The one I think relating to Black Adam though is they are talking about doing a Superman 2 movie with Henry Cavill.
Please.
Finally.
Please. I know. Please. Freaking time.
Yeah. Yeah, go for it, Grim. Take it away, man.
Please, no, I thought we were all gonna do a chorus of please, please give us a Superman 2.
Yeah.
If we could all just come together and say, please give us a Superman 2.
We gotta send our prayers to the house that is DC and Zaslav now. But I mean, I guess this is what the crazy part is for me. Like we know that Black Adam's coming out, and it's coming out literally this week. Unless you're some type of movie press or executive, you haven't been able to see it yet. And yet all this stuff about the movie is already leaking. It seems so crazy to me. It's like how, like the week of, like I could understand if this news broke next week, but we're going into the week of the movie and nobody's able to see. How are we already getting talks of the Man of Steel 2? And I don't want to ruin it for anybody out there, but there is some news about Man of Steel out there. If you want to know about it, yeah, you could do some digging online and whatnot. But it just like, it seems kind of crazy to me that we're already like, this is already being reported. And then the second thing is like, man, they must have some faith in this Flash movie. Because like, them has already like gone to jail so many times, has like freaking been arrested numerous times, has like destroyed people's houses and parties, and they're like, oh, not only are you getting Flash 1, but we're thinking about giving you a second movie. Like, are you kidding me? What is going on? You guys have thoughts on this?
I felt the same way. Like, I'm already super bummed, as you all know, that I'm a big Flash fan. I'm already bummed that he's like putting a bad taste in everyone's mouth, like associating it with Flash, like thank goodness it's Grant Gustin and that's ending and it's already kind of like overstayed its welcome a bit, but thankfully there's like a good Flash that people are able to see. Like
I think they just call him regular Flash. The bad one's called Reverse Flash, Scott.
So he's basically Eobard Thorne. Maybe that's what the second movie's gonna be, that Ezra was like being method and he was actually Reverse Flash, and then Grant Gustin's coming in, and he's gonna clean it up.
There you go. Cool. The metaverse is he's gonna fix everything. Yeah, maybe. What do you think about the news, Grim? Are you excited about Man of Steel 2? Are you surprised about Flash 2? Or where's your head at about this?
Okay, Man of Steel 2, I've already said my pleases and my pretty pleases. I put cherries on top if you want them, because they're always in the fridge. The leaking thing, the thing about all the stuff coming out that you were talking about, I think it's on purpose. I think they're trying to generate buzz. So they're like, hey, throw a couple things out there and see if we can get a hashtag going, because everything is about getting a hashtag going. So if you can get hashtag Superman versus Black Adam, Superman's going to kick his butt because Superman can't be beat. I don't care what nobody says. You never be able to change my mind. My son and I argue about that all the time, and he still can't change my mind, and I love him with all my heart.
Right. Probably going to come up to the Rock decision, though.
The Flash thing and Flash 2, I'm hoping they multiverse it, like you guys were saying, and then just be like, oh, he's out. Like, he slipped on a banana peel. Or you know what? As a matter of fact, and this is story-wise, they can have freaking I'm going to punch you for an autograph, dude, standing on the treadmill that ends up killing him because he goes so fast to save the universe. And then at least he goes out with a bang. You went out like a hero, but we don't ever want to see you again. And Grant Gustin, you can run right into my heart again. Come on, buddy. You're more than welcome.
Yeah.
I love that dude. I've been watching that Flash show since it started, and it hurts me to see it. But yeah, I think that's it.
That's not a bad
Kill
option.
him.
I
Get
mean,
him
if
out.
that,
You can do it in the comics.
yeah, if that's the way we get Grant Gustin into like a live action movie, I'm super down with that. He's definitely like my on-screen favorite Flash. So yeah, that's tight. I'm all for it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just silly that it's taken this long to get a Man of Steel 2 because Henry Cavill is 100% that dude. He is Superman. So it's just crazy. Like it's taking that long, but you're right in that they're probably just drumming up business for Black Adam. But I think anybody that was on or is in this podcast or who listens to this is probably in for that as well. Anyway, like you already bought your tickets for Black Adam, I'm assuming. So
oh yeah, I'm going this Sunday.
There you go. So yeah, it's gonna be. I can't wait. We'll see how it goes. I'm going Thursday, and we will do our like first reactions after this movie drops and after we've all watched it. And yeah, so keep an eye out for that. Let's see what do we got next on our list here. All right, now we're switching places, and let's see. Do we want to just kind of get some sad news out of the way first, or do we want to end on the sad news, or do we want to go with? No, you know what? We will switch over to the MCU with Harrison Ford is now playing Thunderbolt Ross.
Hey,
I think the actor's name was William Hurt. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you pumped about it, Grim? What do you think?
Yeah, the actor that was playing Thunderbolt Ross, rest in peace. He's no longer with us. It's sad, and I would have loved to see him Hulk out and get the mustache. But come on, dude. We got the original Bandit coming in. You got Harrison Ford. Like this dude, I've seen him in so many movies. I can't wait to see him walk in on some clear and present danger-ish. Like, check this out. And then that's it.
Yeah. Do you think he's gonna do his own CGI work?
They're going to do it. It's going to be the same as Ruffalo. You don't hire Harrison Ford and not turn his face and not use it in the CGI. Like that was they're not Sony. They're not going to get freaking William Dafoe and put a mask on. They're going to actually use the face of the person they're paying for, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. I agree with you.
So I'm looking forward to seeing Harrison Ford being Thunderbolt Ross, and let's get these Dark Avengers going. I want to see who's going to play Matt Gargan. Who's going to be Matt Gargan? Is it going to be Batista too?
Dude, as long as he doesn't have to take his shirt off, I think he's down. That's what he said. He's like, I'm not doing any more movies, or I got to take my shirt off. So as long as he's fully shirted, he'll be back.
He's fully covered.
That's funny. He was like in a Speedo in this Knives Out trailer, though, right?
Hey, but he had a shirt on, right?
Yeah.
No, it was off.
No,
it was off.
He was sitting there,
but this must have been during Guardians, maybe. Maybe.
Maybe.
True. They got to bang it out next to each other. Yeah.
That's right. What do you think, Drake, about having Harrison Ford in the MCU?
I think it makes sense. I mean, he's already kind of in that Disney realm. That's kind of the only people he's been working with for the past few years here. If he grows a mustache, he looks exactly like the actor who played Thunderbolt Ross originally. So that's kind of a win in that situation.
All white people look the same. That's what you basically said, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And then in terms of just star power, like, why not? He's going to make lots of money, and it's going to be awesome as fudge. So might as well just keep rolling with it.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think the same thing, Scott?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Like, he's such a legend. Obviously, gonna miss the original actor, but Harrison Ford, it's like, oh, I can't believe you actually got. Like, I don't think that was even in the wheelhouse of people like replacing this guy until they announced it for me. Oh, like, he's an option. Fuck yeah, And like, why not too? Like, he's probably gonna be like, he's older now, so if most of it is CG, they're just gonna do the face, and then that's like easy money for him at this point. Pretty chill gig. Like, I was just talking to Christine about this with that guy who does the what is that movie where he was in Avatar? He plays a blind guy who like people break into his house and he like
Oh yeah, that
messes
guy.
them up.
Yeah.
He's
So
like the
he's
colonel that's in like the exo suit that's like trying to hunt down
right,
like
and
whatever the blue
he's
people
doing a
are.
lot of movies now where he's like the old guy that is very unassuming and then he fucks you up. And I'm like, dude, get those roles, man, and get that money. Like, fuck it, you know. So it's cool that like he probably sells. You know, I mean, Harrison Ford still has that contract with Disney, so it's like, hell yeah, dude, just sign on to all these things and just get it done. Like, he's such a legend.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can't complain about having Harrison Ford at all. I just thought he would not be down because he's like, I'm never doing a Star Wars again. But it's like, oh, the MCU? Yeah, I'll do that. It's like, whoa, what happened? Like, that's the power of Kevin Feige, I feel like, because if it was anybody else, Harrison Ford would tell him to go kick rocks, like, go beat it. You're not going to be in this. So, yeah, that's true. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's awesome. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, they definitely seem like, I mean, Harrison Ford's just a legend. Let's just keep it that. William Hurt, I think, is his name. He's a legend in his own right as well. But yeah, I'm excited to see what he does with the character and Red Hulk all day. So it's gonna be fun. I'm in the middle of something right now. Can somebody pull up the next topic while we're at it?
Yeah. So from there we have Miramax coming in super clutch, bringing a series that's gonna be about the gangs of New York. And I know Thomas, that's one of your favorite movies with what's his face, Leonardo DiCaprio and Cameron Diaz, and also the incomparable Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? Do you think it's gonna? Do you want this? Do you think this is gonna be an homage to the original? Do we think it's past due?
Yeah, I mean, I think it has a cult following. So I think it's gonna do well if they do it in that same gritty style. There's something about that time period too, and like the people and like I guess like the cultures it was focusing on that I don't feel like gets a lot of representation in movies and stuff. So I think there's kind of like a cool aspect to it that could be popular. Plus another aspect to it also is that I think Martin Scorsese is directing a few of the episodes. So like that like if he's on board with it, it's probably gonna be fire.
Yeah, I mean, Scorsese, duh.
Yeah, Scorsese, yeah, for sure.
I wonder who they'll get to play. Do we know whether or not it's a prequel or a sequel? I don't remember. I don't recall.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a whole new list of characters. I don't know if it just takes place in that world or not. But yeah, I think there's definitely more info about it online. But we'll see. Yeah, I think it's really early to tell too. Like I don't think anything's like set in stone yet, other than Scorsese's on board. Yeah. Grim, did you ever watch that movie?
Yes, I did. I love that movie. Leonardo DiCaprio is one of my favorite actors, and it's hard to say that for a few different reasons. But I've seen like every movie he's in, and I'm born and raised in New York. You know, you're talking to a native New Yorker. So when that movie came out, I remember watching it, and then I remember growing up and working in Manhattan and actually going to, and I don't know if it's it, but there were a lot of blocks that kind of came together and I would always go down, you know, Central Park and all those areas and just think about like, wow, this is, because you watch the movie, then you go to work or you go to the city and you look like, it used to be like this.
Yeah, like, it used to be like cobblestone and dirt and wooden buildings.
And we gonna kill you in the street. There's gonna be blood through this thing. Like, that movie was serious, no joke. And if they're doing a show, it's on what? Netflix or Miramax?
Yeah, Miramax. So it's gonna be like
gonna be another HBO thing? Because I'm still missing out on so much. Miramax, is that? Do they have their own series?
Like I think they have their own like network, kind of like I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be on a streaming service. Because I mean, Scorsese, if he's involved with it, one of his biggest things is that he wants people to go to the movies. Like, right? He's been like noted as saying, hey, this isn't real cinema or whatever, right? So I think if you have him on board, it's probably, it has to feel special, is what I'm saying. It has to be like House of the Dragon level special.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean? So,
for sure.
Yeah, but that's cool. Like, it must be cool to like be from New York and then have like, there's so many movies based in New York, but that was so raw for the time too. And just like, thinking, like I feel like I don't see a lot of movies or haven't seen a lot of movies based in that time period of New York, other
Yeah,
than
definitely
maybe
not.
like I don't know. Yeah, I
Right.
don't
What
know.
was the?
I
what
was gonna say that actually. Like everyone loves a good what is that period piece? But a lot of these period pieces
Right.
take place in like, oh, this is like old London, old England. But like it's
Right.
cool to see old New York. Like,
Yeah.
Alienist.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
okay,
good.
yeah, Alienist was good as well. But yeah, I think that's a cool idea. And if because we don't know if it's gonna be like its own streaming service, if it is, it could be really huge. Like you're saying, like Game of Thrones type of thing, like to bring people over to this new streaming service.
Yeah.
You know, like I could see it being something like that. But
Like a
it sounds cool. I
flagship
really
show.
love the movie. So
Yeah. It's like a world that's like ripe for building out too. Because I just
Mhm.
remember the characters being so interesting and like those stories, and there's like double crossing and all these different gangs and the Irish gang and the English gangs and you know all that. It's like, yeah, it's probably there's a lot they could do with this for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Nice. Well, let's see what's the next thing on the list here.
Well, I think it's when we get
Oh,
it when
sad
we're paying
news.
our respects, but before we do that, I think it's important to note that there is on HBO Max right now a movie that crosses Courage the Cowardly Dog and Scooby-Doo and the Gang.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the plot in itself is essentially crossed through, I think, the gang. Um, something's happening where it brings the two dogs together in a way that kind of drives the story plot. And there's some happenings going on in nowhere, which is Courage's home, and they have to figure out what's going on, and they get into some shenanigans. And if you love that time where Courage the Cowardly Dog is on Cartoon Network and you love watching Scooby Doo, you definitely need to watch this crossover on HBO
you know what's
Max.
called?
I believe it's called Courage Meets Scooby Doo.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on the nose right there.
Yeah, right on the
All
nose.
right.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead and let's get into some respects
Yeah. It's fair
for these
respect.
two legends.
One is like one you're a big fan of, right? Like one is Angela Lansbury, and two is Robbie Coltrane, who I
Yeah.
know him as Hagrid. Like I don't know if he had any other roles, but yeah, Angela Lansbury, like famous for what is it, Murder She Wrote, and then
Murder
also,
She Wrote
and Golden Girls, right?
I don't believe Angela was on Golden Girls. She was in another series of movies, I believe.
Dude, she
Oh,
was in
um,
Beauty and the Beast. She was the
Yeah,
voice of the
yeah.
Mama Teapot,
The Mama Teapot.
Oh, that's
Bed
right.
Knobs and Broomsticks.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, it's sad, you know, as we get older, like these people who brought our childhood to life and were these great characters and stuff, you know, we're going to see more and more of that. But hey, they did some amazing work and just like bringing happiness to like tons of people. So yeah, definitely, you know, pay our respects there and RIP to them. Yeah. Do you have any other like memories that come to mind for you, Grim? From either one of the actors?
Nah, just well, Hagrid, of course. I mean, who wouldn't wish? How many times I wish he'd bash through my door and be like, "Hey, Grimace, you're a wizard." Like I already know that. Let's go.
Yeah.
It took you long
My
enough.
bags
Come
are
on.
packed already.
Yeah.
You know, then blow his pop stand. Get on your bike. Let's go. And then
Right.
Murder She Wrote. I mean, I didn't really. I know of it. Everyone knows of it. You know, I know more of the song, the Jamaican song, like Murder She Wrote.
Yeah.
Murder She Wrote. Yeah, exactly. That's that. But you know, rest in peace to both of them, and
Yeah.
you know, thank you for what you provided us, all the good times and memories of things that we can always go back to.
Absolutely. Yeah,
sure.
actually that I think it was like that Murder She Wrote song along with like Red Red Wine in Hawaii was like on all the time. Yeah. Yeah. I was hoping Scott would sing it because I almost did it. I was like, no. I'm gonna leave it to the experts here. Yeah, thank you. There you go. Those songs like
No,
that
what's
just
crazy,
reminds me of when I was younger. Yeah.
Like, what was it? Like a couple days before we got the news of Robbie Coltrane, my brother-in-law was like talking to me about this character in particular in Harry Potter. He was like, he's like, bro, did you know freaking Hagrid was a fucking robot dog? And I'm like, what? He's like, dude, he's a fucking robot. So I guess I was looking into it afterwards, right?
What?
The scenes
What
where
are you talking about?
yeah,
here?
so that's why I was like, what are you talking about? He's an actor. He's like, dude, the robot dude, look it up. And I'm like, all right. So I looked it up. So what he was talking about is like the scenes where they had the giant with the kids to make it so he was big. They had like this big dude wearing this like Hagrid head, and it was animatronic. So they would like move it and stuff. But then when there were scenes like obviously like him talking with the kids, like camera on him, it's obviously the actor. But in other scenes, like when he's just in the room, it's like a dude with a robot head of like Hagrid's head. And I'm like, whoa. And then there's all like these stills like you can look up now, and then like where it's like they're all in the room and like you just now that you know it's a robot, you like in the first movie you can kind of see its head, and then people are like, that's fucking creepy looking now that I know. But yeah, and then a couple of days later I hear that he passed. I'm like, oh man, what a bummer. We were just talking about him though. But man, so many fond memories.
I did not know he was a full animatronic. That's great. That's actually going to be a perfect kind of segue into something later on. But sorry, I'll let you finish.
Oh, perfect. No. Nope. Just saying. Yeah. Every like Christmas time, I like rewatch the Harry Potter. So
yeah, I watch it just to hear the Happy Christmas, Harry. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
He's like, yeah. Oh, I love that so much.
The Joystick Show. The Joystick Show.
If you like what you hear, please like, follow, and subscribe. Just how we like chatting with our friends, please share this with yours. Feel free to join the squad and follow us on Twitch, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube at JoyStickShow, Joystick Show. Or if you feel like submitting topics or asking questions to be discussed on further episodes, you can email us at joystick.show@gmail.com. Peace out and make it a great rest of your week.
The Joystick Show.